Welcome back to Blakeney in Norfolk. We're shooting this view in the middle of November. Very low season, as you can see. Very few cars on the car park, very few tourists here on a Sunday morning. Sailing barge Juno, which is moored up there for repairs over the winter months. And we've got a beautiful morning here. The sun just catching the duck pond, which has got hundreds of ducks visiting. They are fed regularly over the winter months and use that as a retreat. And the marshes behind stretching to the sea, and in the far distance, if you just look very carefully, you'll see the lines of wind turbines that form the Sheringham Shoal, about 25 miles off the coast of North Norfolk. I'll show you around a few of the houses. Down to our right is the Manor Hotel complex behind the walls, and then we're at the top of Mariners Hill, and these are the first run of cottages with views out to sea at the top of Mariners Hill. Let's walk back down here to the high street and then walk you along Blakeney Quay. These cottages have absolutely wonderful views, but there's only pedestrian access to them. But just look at the view you get looking north, out down the cut that comes in with the bay beyond, and the sea beyond the spit at the very far distance. Most of these cottages are holiday cottages for rent with various agencies, both national and within the village. At the end of that row of cottages you come down onto Blakeney High Street by the Adnams pub, the White Horse, and in the back of that wall where the merchant's house is built is the Moorings restaurant. And then as we go down the high street towards the quay, you've got a small run of art galleries and shops and the offices of the Blakeney Cottage Company in what were old malt houses that form the back end of the yard for the Blakeney Hotel. If you want to know about how high the tides get, then this is an indication of what's been washed up on one of the high tides over the last couple of days. It gets as far as the bottom of the high street, and all this area is subsequently underwater for a couple of hours during those high tides. And in certain years it gets up to there. That's 1958. (1897) and 1978, markers on the end wall of the Blakeney Cottage Company offices. And here, the next building along, is the Blakeney Hotel. This is perhaps one of the most well recognised buildings in Blakeney, and perhaps one of the most visited. The Blakeney Hotel, this beautiful curved end which we'll show you in a moment, sits right on the quay at Blakeney with beautiful views across the marshes out towards the sea. That's the most recognisable aspect of it, with the cat going up to the car park. Blakeney's quite quiet this morning. Dog walkers, a few tourists, no kids crabbing just yet. Too cold for the crabs and too little water really. This is one of my favourite views of Blakeney at this time of day, with the sun just coming over the tops of the houses behind us. The lights just gorgeous, complete stillness on the water, a scattering of boats. And now looking back along the quay front at Blakeney, a few hardy souls doing some maintenance on their boats. The only real noise this morning is the seagulls. Again, I've moved a little way along the quay just to get a closer look at Harvester. She's looking in very nice condition moored up here. Got a beautiful sky here, and just clearing up with some high fluffy clouds at the top. But just look at that reflection in the water, absolutely superb conditions for photography and videoing this morning here at Blakeney. Give you some idea, this is a great location for bird watching, walking, and just basically getting away from all of the stresses of modern life and just dabbling around the seaside.